Hi YouTube! This video I'm going to be drawing one of my first digital pieces in a while. It's of Georgenotfound, more specifically his character on the Dream SMP. I want to give like a little heads up before we get into it though. Whenever I get to the line art, I add like some bugs to it, and they're not like detailed or graphic or anything. They're pretty messy to be honest, but I wanted to just let you know in advance if you don't like them. They're like cartoony. I think they're kind of cute to be fair, and I do not like bugs. So anyways, there's only like 2 flies and then a centipede, or at least I hope it's a centipede because that's whatever I searched whenever I was looking for references. But if it's not, please don't tell me. I don't want to know. Anyways, I had a couple things I wanted to talk about, and one of those is me saying thank you. Like, oh my god, we hit 600 subscribers the other day, and like, Jesus Christ, dude. That is absolutely insane. I'm gonna kiss each and every one of you on the mouths. Each and every one of you. I had an idea in store for if and when, mostly if we ever hit 1,000 subscribers. I told one of my friends about it and she said she thinks it'll be fun. So if you want, like, to see that or me to talk about it at any point, we'll try and hit that milestone, I guess. In the beginning of this drawing, I was coloring on a black background, and sometimes I do that because the white is so bright and like intimidating that it like hurts my eyes, and I feel like scared to draw, which is really weird. I love drawing, it shouldn't be scary, but so I turned it black, and I do that sometimes just to like make it less scary, and it makes it more loose, I think, because it's like, oh, I'm not afraid to ruin. It feels like it's ingrained into my mind, oh, if you draw and you mess up, you're gonna ruin a piece of paper, which I think most people feel like that, but the black on it makes it feel like, oh, it's just a void. I'm just drawing in a void, it doesn't really matter. And it really helps like loosen the sketch up, I think, and like get the perspective I wanted on it. And I did like multiple sketch layers on this one actually, which is not normal for me. Usually I just go over it until I get it how I want it to be, with like different colors maybe sometimes. But with this one, I decided I wanted it to be exactly how I saw it in my head. I think I did a pretty good job at that. Whenever I was thinking of the idea for this drawing, it was like 3 a.m. and I was listening to Carpet Garden, who is one of my favorite musical artists of all time. Their music is so good. I'll like link the song in the description. The one I was listening to is called Fast Food Diet, which is pretty accurate, I think, because this is George reaching for some gross McDonald's McPuffy's ripoff thing. But yeah, I had a lot of fun drawing this. And I've had George lore, like his character, I've had brain rot for months. And every single time I think I want to draw like a full piece, I always come back to him. It's always George. And it's annoying. I'm like, he needs to get out of my brain or start paying rent. It kind of sucks though, because he can, like, being obsessed with this lore, I guess, like specifically him. I like all the Dream SMP lore, especially like the Binge Trio and all that, but having this specific love for George lore, it sucks because he never freaking does any lore streams, but I guess the VODs hold me over as much as they can. I really like drawing him as like a disheveled, dirty mushroom guy who just sleeps all the time, because that's basically what he is. I was thinking about the time that Dream XD and him built a McDonald's together, and then I was like, oh my god, I need to draw something like that, especially whenever I was listening to the song, and I immediately thought of that stream where Dream XD got on and helped him build a McDonald's, and then I thought, like, McPuffy's, because that's her restaurant, and I bet he would be like an avid supporter of the restaurant, since in real life he does like McDonald's quite a bit. I really like the dynamic that George and Dream XD have with each other. There's something so interesting and investing in having like a god replacement for your best friend that is just like off. It's not him in the way that he's not like friendly or charming or anything. He's just always trying to get George's attention, and that's all he really cares about. and George is just like dealing with it because it's the closest thing he has to his real best friend who's like locked in prison. It's just like, wow. I like it a lot. No matter how much George wants him to be, he'll never be the best friend he started the server with. It's kind of crazy how I'm enthralled by their relationship, to be honest. This terrifying demonic godly creature is an absolute dog boy for some random narcoleptic, and I love it. This drawing actually took me like 5 hours and nearly 40 minutes to finish, so I'm hoping that like this whole speed thing is suitable in some way. I don't want it to like skip over some things because I did take my time with this one. I usually finish drawings in around like 1.5 to 3 hours. It really depends. So having one that lasts this long is pretty impressive by my standards. I was having a lot of tech issues with my last upload, and if you heard me complain in the comments and you saw Shane's comment, he did help me. He was listening to me complain the entire time and was giving me suggestions, but after a while I figured it out. Sometimes my editing program is so frustrating to work with, but I'm used to it and I don't want to move, and it was like a free thing too, so I'm not looking to change it anytime soon. I also hope y'all don't mind like my inconsistent schedule. I'm planning to post way more often than like how I was gone for 8 months, but we don't have to talk about that. I don't even know what prompted it. I just like stopped. I think sometimes I forget how much I like recording and making videos until I do it again and I'm like editing and I'm like, oh wow, this is more fun than I remember it being. It's always more fun than I remember it being. I'm planning to post way more often, like the 8-month thing, the gap in the middle. I want to post like at least once a week, and then if I feel the energy for it, if I'm up for it, I'll post like another time, maybe. I've been coming up with a lot of ideas for new videos. I want to do like a video essay on a video game that I really like. I think that would be fun, but it would be like a way longer one since it's like an entire video game. And it's not anything big. It's not like Danganronpa or anything. It's an indie one, but the fandom for it was pretty big at one point or another. And that's where a lot of the issues stem from.
Say you took away my friend, my buddy. What's the kindest way to say the end?
I also figured that I'd tell you guys about like the stuff that I use to draw, since some people might be curious. I draw with an iPad Pro and an Apple Pencil on the app Procreate. A lot of people use it, and in my experience, I tried doing the whole, like, I had a tablet at one point that connected to my laptop, but being able to carry around an iPad and then also be able to watch iCarly on Netflix while drawing is, like, it's so much better than a laptop in my opinion. I guess it's just really where your priorities are. Like, I'm a homebody, but I really do enjoy being able to carry my iPad around with me if I'm like traveling or anything like that. And then again, like the Netflix thing and YouTube, that is a big plus. Like, you can do that on your laptop, but having a laptop in your bed isn't the same as having like an iPad that you can't have in your bed.
Like the amount of fucking love hearts I finished a text message with. And when you hold his hands,
it doesn't feel like flying.
And when you take his breath away,
He might as well be dying.
and you're dying to breathe, you're trapped in his cage, and it's shrinking. And she thought, what if he just never leaves? What if he doesn't get the message, and he doesn't hear my pleas? So she just started screaming, why can't he just bore me to death? Oh, why can't he just bore me to death? Why can't he just bore me to death?
And the colors ended up being really pink on this one. I was gonna originally make it super deathly pale, but I kind of like this one better since pink is one of my favorite colors. And speaking of pink, I actually have some pink stickers up on my Redbubble. I don't want to talk about it forever, but I have a bunch of artwork of like Danganronpa and Dream with like other Minecraft YouTube, and then some cute original stuff, methinks. I'll put the link in the description in case you want to check it out, and put some of this stuff on screen. That way you know what you're about to get into. It supports me like directly, and I'd really appreciate it. And anyway, here's the finished drawing. I was thinking about like hunger cramps you get after not eating for a while, since George sleeps for days on end, and I wanted to try something with that. But don't be like that. Go eat something and drink some water. You're beautiful and you deserve it. And that's the video. Consider liking and subscribing. 78% of people who watch my videos aren't actually subscribed. And like I said, I do want to do something cool for 1,000 subscribers. And I think that would be really fun. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye bye.